Shortly after hearing about the great benefits of real estate syndications and learning how simple it is to generate passive income, you might start wondering, okay, cool, but what about taxes? Hey there, I'm Harry Nima Segara with Nima Equity, and I'm so glad you're watching right now because you're about to see how easy it really is to reap the rewards that come from the tax benefits associated with real estate syndications. Taxes aren't exciting, are they? Well, maybe after this video, you'll think they are. When you invest in a real estate syndication, the first thing to know is that every year you will get what is called a Schedule K1 form to file with your taxes. This comes typically in the spring, at the end of March usually. Basically, a K1 statement reports your income and losses for that real estate syndication investment. One of the biggest benefits about investing in real estate is that you can write off the expenses. In commercial real estate, which are these real estate syndications I've been talking about, you have two main benefits, which include depreciation and cost segregation. If you own your own home, you're probably familiar with depreciation, which means you can write off the value of the property over time. In residential real estate, that's 27 and a half years. So if you buy a home, you can write it off little by little every year for 27 and a half years. The depreciation schedule for commercial real estate is a little bit longer, at 39 years. If you remember, however, we don't hold these properties or syndications for 39 years. We only hold for, let's say, 5 to 6 years. If we only took the depreciation for 5 years out of that 39 years, we would be leaving 34 years worth of depreciation benefits on the table. That's where accelerated depreciation and cost segregation come into play. What cost segregation means is that when we buy these commercial buildings, we'll have a cost segregation specialist come out and look around the property. They will create a report and they will say, well, that lighting fixture, instead of 39 years, you can write that off on 10 years. Those carpets, you can write those off on a schedule of 5 years, and so on and so forth. Suddenly, we have a schedule that allows us to write all of these different pieces off on a much shorter timeline. That increases the amount in write-offs or depreciation that we can take upfront during these first 5 years. Now, I won't get into too much detail, but there is even one more tax benefit called bonus depreciation, which allows extra tax savings in the first year of ownership. Now, all what you just heard, the sponsors are handling in the background, and you will see those losses reflected in your K1s each spring. I think one of the coolest parts about investing in syndications is the cash flow returns every quarter. But when you get your K1 in the spring, it won't show that you made any money. It will actually show that you lost money because of all these depreciation and cost segregation benefits. While you're actually cashing checks and you have money coming in, on paper it looks like you're actually losing money. Now, I know this can be confusing, but for tax purposes, it's a really good thing. That means that you're likely not going to have to pay any taxes on that cash flow income. I need to mention this. For the rest of the losses, because sometimes those losses can be quite substantial, you'll have to talk with your own CPA about how that applies to your own tax situation and how much of those losses you can actually apply, if any, to your ordinary income. I want to make sure you hear this. It's likely your ongoing cash flow will not be tax-free, but tax-deferred. You may not have to pay taxes on it right now, but when the property or asset is sold at the end of those, let's say, 5 years, there will be a depreciation recapture, and you will have to pay taxes on the gains. Again, your CPA is your best friend here. Talk to your CPA about how this will apply to your personal tax situation, because your tax situation and my tax situation are going to be different for sure. All in all, that's what you can expect when investing in a real estate syndication. A K1 each spring and paper losses throughout the life cycle of the project. A lot of big financial decisions take place through the process of finding a syndication investment deal. So, if you have invested in a syndication, what were some of the biggest tax benefits you found from the investment? And if you haven't yet invested in a syndication, what's holding you back? I cannot wait to read your comments. If you're interested in learning how investing in real estate syndications can help you achieve financial freedom and live the life you've always wanted, I'm personally inviting you to join the Nima Equity Doctors Investing Club today. You'll find the link down below in the description. In closing, please give this video a thumbs up And make sure you are subscribed here so you get notified when I post the next one. Do you have a friend who needs to hear this? Share with them. I'm Harry Nima Segara with Nima Equity. I'll see you again next week.